Welcome to Monday Night Raw. Universe Mode is back. Episode 10. And it's the go-home show to Night of Champions. And we're kicking things off with the Intercontinental #1 Contenders match. Who will be facing off against Penta this Saturday at Night of Champions? Aleister Black made his debut against CM Punk, put up a pretty good fight, but ultimately wasn't enough and took the loss against Punk. The week after, though, clearly some effects from that match would still be lingering on Punk, as he would lose to Austin Theory in a huge upset. An upset that would give Theory a huge boost in his power rankings and his status with the company and in that world title scene. I think the match was good enough to earn him a future world title shot. It's been made official by our GM, Adam Pearce, that Austin Theory will be next in line for a world title opportunity after Punk and Breakker finish their story.
And his opponent,
here comes former Intercontinental Champion.
225 pounds.
Ethan Page won the Intercontinental title in a fatal four-way for the championship all the way back in week 1, but then was forced to defend the title against Penta and immediately lost it. Clearly the rookie experience was, or the experience gap in that match was just too big for Ethan Page to really recover from. And in the result, we have El Zero Miedo Penta as our Intercontinental Champion. Here we go. First match is underway. A very even matchup between the two superstars. I don't like that I can't get rid of the HUD anymore. That's very strange to me. But it's whatever. Anyways, this matchup underway. Ethan Page starting off with the advantage. Working that left arm of Aleister Black. Black, very trained judo fighter. Strikes, kicks are going to be his specialty. So it might be smart of Page to really focus on the limb targeting in this matchup if he wants to keep any sizable advantage and get his rematch against Pentagon. And there we go, moonsault from Aleister Black to turn the tide back his way. Black swinging Page into the ropes. A little international going on. Oh, Aleister looked for that running kick. Page had it scouted. Two former AEW wrestlers. Though I don't believe they ever crossed paths on AEW. So I believe this is a first-time matchup. Top rope shoulder tackle from Ethan Page. Able to use that bigger build of his to get an advantage on Black. Not enough for a big count. Kip up from Alistair. Top row, or sorry, jumping. Double knee strike. And a running knee. There we go. And another moonsault. Perfectly catches him. Ethan Page. Now Alistair taken to the top rope. Again with the running knees. And another moonsault. This time it scouted knees up from Black, or from Page, sorry. Oof. Ethan Page has been very, very steady in this one. Ooh, big kick there. Black really swinging things back his way. Pin made. Not enough for anything too serious. There we go. Suplex 1. Kick out. There we go. Top rope kick, or springboard kick from Aleister Black. Nice elbow. Big kick. Double. Nice strike combo ending with that roundhouse kick. Power slam from Ethan Page. Pin made once again. Another power slam. Ego drive, and Ethan Page is facing off against Penta. Aleister Black put up a really good fight in this one, but Ethan Page had momentum rolling for too much, overpowered him, and now Black's fallen to 0-2 in his Universe Mode career so far. Ethan Page is now 2-1, that one loss being the biggest one of them all. Ethan Page with that perfect ego cutter. I think that's what he calls it. I don't know. But gets the pin on Aleister. Gets the win. And just like that, we will be seeing Ethan Page at Night of Champions. And just like that, it's time for the main event. A triple threat match to determine who will be facing off against world champion Rhea Ripley.
Making her way to the ring from Tokyo, Japan,
Io Sky, probably the best in-ring wrestler in WWE today, in the world, potentially. She is looking to really get her name on the board. Hasn't had a chance to make a splash in Universe Mode just yet. And a big showing on Night of Champions could be just the thing she needs to potential world title run in her future.
Pledge your allegiance to Chelsea Green.
And her opponents, first from Victoria, British Columbia, Canada, Chelsea Green.
Chelsea Green has not had a hot start to Universe Mode, has only been in those #1 contender matches and has won none of them. Also lost the tag title match, teaming with Alba Fire. So it's not been great for her, but triple threats are unpredictable. And I believe she's probably #2. Like, in terms of odds, I think she's second behind Io Sky. And, I mean, these matches are chaotic. You never know. You always see an upset.
Representing Fatal Influence from Tampa, Florida,
Jane made her mark in her debut by beating Jordynne Grace. Now, obviously, Jordynne Grace has been on a bit of a losing streak, but a lot of people thought that was going to be, or she ended the losing streak last week, but a lot of people thought that that was Jordynne's match to lose, and then clearly it wasn't. I think there was some distraction from Becky Lynch, but Jane was able to capitalize either way and was able to land a very impressive win from a very top-tier wrestler in the company. Very underrated in-ring performer in JC Jane. While she may be have the lowest odds to win this, the odds are not 0. And your main event underway. Who will be facing Rhea Ripley, the Eradicator, at Night of Champions? Oh, Jane quickly, went for the sidewalk slam, but Io Sky able to flip back out of it, and now all three women are exchanging blows back and forth between the three of them. Very unique trio of wrestlers here. I don't think I've seen any of these wrestlers cross paths yet. I don't think we've ever seen Io Sky and Chelsea Green square off, and JC Jane obviously has been in NXT while these two have been on the main roster. Chelsea Green, the first to go extreme with it, grabbing the sledgehammer, but two of them taken to the outside of the ring. JC Jane landing back first in the apron. A rough landing, but recovering quickly with a combo of strikes into the DDT. Here comes Sky to save Chelsea here. Nice shot block to the back. Green back up and moving. Triple threats, probably the most exciting match type, like standard match type in wrestling. Probably, in my opinion, better than Fatal 4-Ways. I think it's just non-stop action, but everyone gets their moments to really shine in these kind of matches. It's no break in a triple threat. And a nice Hurricane Rana from Io Sky. Very smooth in-ring wrestler. I think a lot of people have seen that by now. But Sky springboard. Missile dropkick doesn't connect. JC Jane looks like she kind of screwed with her landing there. Oh, a nice running kicks. Io Sky swiftly slides out the ring, brings in the chair. Oh, tilt-a-whirl head scissors from Jane, but she gets greeted with a chair head first by Io Sky. The Empress of the Sky is wilding with the chair, goes for the pin. Chelsea Green kicks out of one. She's a lot more, I will say with Chelsea Green, while she's definitely crazy and talks a big game, very, very resilient. Can take a lot of damage in these kind of matches and keep on pushing. And now, oh, kendo stick from JC Jane, but what could Io Sky be planning? From the top rope, Io Sky with a Spanish fly, but JC Jane comes in with the kendo. Crowd is chanting, this is awesome, and you have to agree, Io Sky ducks another kendo attack, driving JC Jane into the barricade. And that broke our screen. Good thing it's the main event. Oh, Sky driven into the stairs. The window to get a 3 count in this match is very small, with all 3 women getting back up very quickly. No one has really been down for a long period of time. You're going to have to take out both wrestlers if you want to get the pin. So this match can go on very long if circumstances don't line up exactly to plan. In between Raw and SmackDown tonight, we will be announcing the King and Queen of the Ring brackets, which will be happening next week. In place of Raw and SmackDown, those will be 2 separate shows, because I don't want to be here for 3 hours at once. Nice spin kick. Knocks out JC Jane, and Io Sky in the ring alone. Runs in, grabs a chair, gonna take the offense back to JC Jane as Chelsea Green wanders off. And the 2 meet in the ring. Kendo stick versus chair. Chair wins. Io Sky has a clear advantage once again. Takes to the top. And the moonsault. And nice chops from Io. Ooh. Jane ducks the next strike, driving Io Sky into the corner. Chelsea Green back up after that perfect moonsault. Running hip attack from Jane, but rolls right into the chop block from Green. Perfect timing. Nice arm drag. Running kick. The big boot catches Io. Oh, Sky drives Chelsea Green out of the ring with the lariat. And now Io taken to the top. Oh, wow. Missile drop kick catches JC Jane and Chelsea. I will say, Io Sky has been by far the best competitor in this matchup. Has spent the most ground and control time in this matchup. Ooh, double knee strike to JC Jane. Chelsea Green takes her turn with JC. And oh man, suicide dive. Nowhere near connecting though. Nice spinning kick. Catches Chelsea Green, knocks her out for the considerable future. And Jane is driven into the stairs. Io begins working on the legs here of Chelsea. The leader of the Secret Harvest. Oh! Jane has become very close friends with that staircase in the last couple of minutes. Yo, with the chair once again. How is that thing not completely broken? It's gotten a lot of work in today. All 3 piling into the corner cutter from Chelsea. Rough landing right on the chair, the metal chair. Steel chair, sorry. Big kick to the back of the leg. Knocks Chelsea down. Sky, jumping Meteora, drops Chelsea Green. The wear and tear that this match is clearly going to have on all 3 women, you got to wonder what kind of damage will be going for the matchup against Rhea Ripley, because I feel like you have to be at your absolute best if you want to even have a chance of beating the Eradicator. And, I mean, clearly no one's going to be at their 100% after this. You got about a week to recover. Standing Spanish fly. Whoa. But is that enough? I mean, you kind of have to rely on the fact that Rhea hasn't had a match since Saturday night's main event just almost 3 weeks ago. Well, it's been almost a month since Ripley's last matchup. You're going to have to rely on the ring rust to catch her sleeping in this one. But Chelsea Green gets a sneaky pin attempt, but Io Sky is obviously there to scout it. Oh, man! Flatliner rolled up. Io Sky has a very advanced crossface, and Chelsea Green taps. Green taps out, and Io Sky is your winner. JC Jane wasn't able to get up in time, and that was just perfect timing from the Empress of Tomorrow. Sorry, the Genius of the Sky. And just like that, former tag team champions in Rio in real life will be going up against each other. And just a reminder, Rhea Ripley has never won a match against Io Sky. That will make things very interesting at Night of Champions. And as promised, it is time to announce the King and Queen of the Ring brackets. Starting off with the men's brackets. We have, for the first matchup, Gunther versus the debuting Ilya Dragunov. With this King of the Ring tournament and the women's tournament, it's 3 Raw superstars, 3 SmackDown superstars, and 2 NXT wrestlers. With the NXT wrestlers having a chance to prove themselves and maybe get themselves signed to the main roster. But yeah, Ilya Dragunov coming up from NXT with an old foe in Gunther. Then on the other side, number 2 seed, it's Cody Rhodes making his Universe Mode debut versus AJ Styles. We've only seen Styles lose to Obafemi so far in this Universe Mode, so he's looking to right that wrong, but it'll be a tough matchup against someone he is 0-2 against in title matches. Then number 3, it's Obafemi versus the debuting Dirty Dominic Mysterio. Obafemi won against AJ Styles, but then lost in the finals to CM Punk. We haven't seen him since that loss all the way back in Backlash. But he is looking to get some momentum in this King of the Ring tournament, get a future title shot at SummerSlam. And then the final matchup, one I'm probably most excited for, El Grande Americano versus El Hijo de Vikingo, making his debut from NXT. That will be an awesome match to watch. Moving over to the women's brackets, we have number 1 seed Jade Cargill versus number 8 seed Blake Monroe. And then we have Julia, former U.S. champion, versus Jordan Grace. Fresh off beating her losing streak, she enters as the number 7 seed in this tournament. Then third match is Roxanne Perez, now free from the Judgment Day after getting drafted separately from the Judgment Day. And she is facing off against a debuting Flammer, one of the most established AAA wrestlers of all time, looking to get a call-up from NXT with an impressive showcase today. Then a debuting Sol Ruca, I believe, unless she's had a match before, I could be wrong, she might have, versus a debuting Lyra Valkyria down in NXT. Wasn't drafted to the main roster. She's looking to prove that that was a mistake. It's a stacked women's bracket, it's a stacked men's bracket, but that will be next week after Night of Champions. The tournaments will begin. One night only. Welcome to Friday Night SmackDown. And we're kicking off with one more number 1 contenders match, and then this Night of Champions card is finally full. It's a 7-match card so far. This one being the last one, number 7. Who will be facing off against Asuka for the world title. Also, as I said last week, I said Raquel Rodriguez would be the first double champion. I was wrong. Asuka is a double champion right now. She's a world champion, and the Kabuki Warriors are the tag team champions, even though they lost last week to the Judgment Day, because Raquel Rodriguez does not know what champion's advantage is. It's all very unfortunate. Now these two have a lot of history in real life. And Vaquer has only had one match, and she lost. I believe it was a loss to Jade Cargill. In order for Cargill to get to that world title match against Tiffany Stratton. The title match that she would lose to Stratton, while Stratton would eventually lose that title to none other than Asuka. I have not seen Stratton since that loss, and she's not announced in that tournament, so I wonder next time we'll see her in in-ring action. But I mean, it's a stacked women's division, so it's a lot of come and go with this universe mode. You'll be seeing people take off once, and some people might only make a couple appearances. I mean, I bet you didn't even realize Tavion Heights was in a main roster. And we're kicking things off. And both superstars immediately off timing. Nice little Escalera with a missile drop kick from Liv Morgan. I mentioned that the Night of Champions card is almost filled, so might as well with a nice dragon screw from Stephanie Vaquer. Might as well read off this Night of Champions card as we're in the final show before the pay-per-view this Saturday. So I say this Saturday. I don't know when the actual episode airs. I'm just saying that in the universe mode it's Saturday. Anyways, we have Sami Zayn versus Jacob Fatu, Hell in a Cell, to finally settle their rivalry. We have Braun Breaker versus CM Punk for the World Heavyweight Championship. We have Rhea Ripley versus new #1 contender Io Sky for the World Heavyweight Championship there. Javon Evans versus Carmelo Hayes after Carmelo Hayes won #1 contendership in a banger of a match and a sprint against JD McDonough last week. Now, we have Ethan Page versus Penta in an IC title rematch. And we have Seth Rollins versus Trick Williams for the world title. And then the Empress of Tomorrow, Asuka. Oh! Speaking of Asuka! I didn't know I could time that so perfectly. Asuka has arrived! Well, where is she? Out of nowhere! Comes in and attacks Liv Morgan. And Morgan is clearly confused. Stephanie Vaquer doesn't know what to do. And Asuka's running away. The distraction to Liv Morgan, clearly she is upset over what transpired last week. Liv Morgan so caught off guard that she went for the roll-up against Stephanie Vaquer outside the ring, but Vaquer hasn't really been able to capitalize off the distraction quite yet. Suplex, looking for the Three Amigos. Liv Morgan back into shape after the distraction from Asuka. I can't imagine. I mean, that timing couldn't have been any better. I was really reading off her name, and she pulled a Joe Hendry. Now Stephanie Vaquer caught off guard again. Vaquer is in deep trouble right now. Now she has a chance to drive Morgan back into the ring, but she is clearly very, very hurt, as she has not been able to really get much offense, and super kick finally catches Morgan off guard. But Morgan once again able to counter, running hip attack, drops Morgan or Vaquer into the corner. She's able to kick out of it. Can't get any momentum. No! Oblivion from Morgan. Distraction be damned. 1, 2. Kick out at 2.9. Stephanie Vaquer had just enough in her to kick out of the Oblivion. I am shocked. I thought that was it. I had the whole final speech ready, and it was just not done yet. Morgan able to dodge an attack. Escalera, missile drop kick. Drops Vaquer. La Primera hasn't been her best in this matchup. Hasn't really been able to get the ground running in universe mode so far. Clearly something's been up with her. Nice overdrive from Liv Morgan. And now taken to the top. Oh man, flying with the senton, but Vicaire able to counter dropkick. Morgan able to just swat it out of the way and then drops Vicaire with 2 kicks to the face. And again, this is just what the whole match has been. Vicaire playing defense, playing great defense at times. But then Morgan catches it once again. She went for the slice of bread, and it does not work. Morgan counters with the power slam, just overpowering Stephanie Vicaire this whole match. Oh, Morgan in trouble now. Vicaire kicks out of whatever move Liv was able to try and go for. Oh, man. What can Morgan be planning? Tilt-a-whirl head scissors drops Vicaire. Stephanie rolls out of the ring. That was smart. Most unnecessary kip up of all time. And it catches Morgan napping as a nice missile dropkick from Vicaire. Giving Morgan a taste of her own medicine. Only gets the 1 count though. Vicaire's been able to survive in this match, but being able to just survive only gets you so far. Liv went for the Oblivion once again. Doesn't work. Atomic drop from Vicaire, but then the elbow from Morgan. Roll up. Oh man, Liv had the submission plan there, but nothing works. But she gets the legs up on the ropes. Could this be enough? The referee catches it. Pin is broken up. She caught the dirty pin attempt. And Morgan in trouble. The backbreaker from Vicaire. Kick out. I think it's the EVB, something like that. From Vicaire. Let me double check real quick. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. SVB. I was close. Now Morgan running in. Too slow though. Vicaire starting to get something rolling here. Another back body drop. Oh, we've seen this before. Vicaire with the devil's kiss to Liv Morgan. Someone call Booker T. Morgan smart to roll out of the ring. Catches Vicaire off guard, but Vicaire can play that game as well. Swipes Morgan off her feet onto her back. With a back rough apron landing. Vicaire is looking for a potential count-out victory. La Primera, cool as ever, as she's really been able to get rolling in this matchup. Oh, went for the big kick. Morgan ducks it, but that's no matter for Stephanie as she goes for another devil's kiss. Vicaire has been rolling for the last half of this match. This has been a battle, a war between 2 of the top women's wrestlers. One of these women happened to win the title off Asuka at Night Champions. You have to imagine we'll be getting a rematch almost immediately. This has been too good of a matchup not to see it again. But Morgan trying to get some momentum back in her direction. But Vicaire puts a stop to it. We're now at 8. We could see a double count out. No. As Morgan rolls back, so does Vicaire. Both women back in the ring. And oh, Oblivion! Oblivion! That could be it! Distraction be damned! Liv Morgan will be facing off against Asuka. What a matchup between the 2 women. The distraction wasn't enough. The code breaker from Asuka and a quick exit. Vicaire wasn't able to capitalize quick enough. But you got to give her some praise for being able to fight from starting the match in such a deep hole. Able to drive Liv Morgan to the brink. Took 2 Oblivions. The last one being enough. But Vicaire's definitely got a lot left in the tank. We will be seeing her in some high-profile matches soon enough. But the final match of Night of Champions is secured. It'll be Asuka versus Liv Morgan for the world title. But now it's time for the main event. Tag team titles, DIY versus the Usos.
The following contest is a tag team match set for one fall and is for the WWE Tag Team Championship.
DIY WWE Tag Team Champs. Already have one defense over the... I believe they have a defense, right? Oh no, I think they just won the titles. I don't know if they've defended them yet. I could be wrong on that. I honestly had no clue if they've defended these titles yet. I don't believe they have. This is their first defense, and they're going against probably the best tag team in the division with DIY. These two have had hell of a career path since Jey Uso has left the bloodline originally. Became main event Jey Uso, separated from Jimmy. But now back together, these two. These two are looking to win back the titles. Run it back just like the old prime of the Uso penitentiary.
Introducing the challengers at a combined weight of 493 pounds. The team of Jimmy and main event Jey the Usos. And their opponents at a combined weight of 407 pounds. The WWE Tag Team Champions, Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano, DIY.
Some beautiful tag team titles. But they're being put on the line. DIY versus the Usos. Tommaso Ciampa, Johnny Gargano, Jimmy and Jey Uso. And this title match is starting now. Okay, let me try this. This worked last time. Ah, it doesn't work again. I don't know why it worked whenever I went into here. And it doesn't again. That's so strange. Anyways, quick pin. Not enough. Nice elbow from Tommaso. Now, these tag title matches have a tendency to potentially run long, so this could be a longer episode once again. far, back and forth, but now Usos starting to get some momentum their way. And looks for another tandem attack. What the Usos are known best for, the nice Samoan drop from Jimmy Uso. Sorry. Almost mixed it up. Tommaso driven to the corner. Able to get out of it rather quickly, though. Nice elbow. Ciampa's been driven to that corner twice, able to get out of it, though. And now, giving him a taste of their own medicine, going into DIY's corner, but Jimmy Uso able to get out of that, too. The Usos, clearly the more experienced tag team here, multi-time champions, two of the best in the business today. DIY, two of the best in NXT, but haven't really been able to prove themselves quite like the Usos have on the main roster, though they've have a pretty established name. Multi-time tag champions since, and obviously real life Ciampa's released, but he's in the middle of a storyline here. I can't just drop him. I don't want to vacate those titles. We'll see what we do with him in the inevitable future, as I think all the WWE releases are going to be a case-by-case thing. Like New Day are currently in NXT right now, so I probably just won't call them up since they're gone. Aleister Black, I like him a lot, so I think he's just going to stay because I want to. Similar to the Wyatt Six, they don't have much going on right now, but could definitely see them get into a storyline in the future because we need tag teams. Both men find themselves knocked down on the outside after a nice lariat from Jimmy Uso. Ooh, big strike from Jimmy. Gotta beware of this count out because we saw this last time with the last title match we've had. Oh no, it's gonna happen again, not again! Get Ciampa in the ring! No! They did it again!
Here are your winners, the team of Jimmy.
Why is the AI so stupid? Oh my god. Alright, I don't have no words. DIY technically defended the titles. And looks like the Usos have set themselves up for a no disqualification match in the future. I don't know. That was sad. You'd think they'd be better because they're so established. I honestly don't even know if they've earned a rematch because that was so embarrassing. But anyways, next show is Night of Champions. We'll read through the card once again. Sami Zayn versus Jacob Fatu, Hell in a Cell. Braun Breaker versus CM Punk for the World Heavyweight Championship, a rematch there. Rhea Ripley versus Io Sky for the World Heavyweight Championship. Javon Evans versus Carmelo Hayes for the U.S. title. Asuka versus Liv Morgan for the World title. Penta versus Ethan Page in an IC title rematch. And Seth Rollins versus Trick Williams. All that on the next show, Night of Champions. Have a good night.